grab one of these guys. Take one each. And I'm going to get you guys to do something, and you'll know what I'm talking about. You're a vegetarian.
I'm
You're
just
not going to
kidding.
eat them. We don't eat these guys. In some countries they do, but we don't. Now look, the cocoons that you hold in your hand, this is where we get the silk that we use in the carpets. And what kind of fiber do you get from there? If you hold the cocoon like this, you might see those fluffy ends. Pick one of those fluffy ends and just keep going until there's one thin fiber that's holding the cocoon like I'm holding it. Do you see it?
Yeah.
One thin one. That one thin line that you see, we are able to, bravo, see that one thin line, we are able to obtain that without breaking it about 1 mile to 1.5 miles long.
Wow.
Now try to get it out as much more as you can. It's not going to work, it's going to break, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what we do is we take these guys, we put them in warm water, and with the help of this crystal brush, Esin is going to catch the loose ends. But before we do this, there's another thing that we do, and I want you to shake your cocoons now. Do you hear it? There's a silkworm inside, and we need to kill this guy. Unfortunately, if we don't kill him, what happens? See, he will come out as a moth. Right there. See that?
Start eating your rugs.
So coming out as a moth isn't the issue. It's cutting a hole in the cocoon is the issue. That means you can't get that long yarn. You're getting short fibers. You can't catch them and bind them. So what we do is we steam these guys. We put them aside. Once they're cooled, we'll take them out of here, and then we'll put them in the water and allow the water to obtain inside the cocoon. And then it's easy for us to pull that thin fiber without breaking it.
Wow.
Now we are number 2 in the world for farming these guys, so we don't kill all of them. We only kill 60%, and 40% of these guys are left to regenerate. And out of the 40% of these guys, 20% is female, and the other 20% is male. So what we do, we search, we get a female and a male, put them together, and then the rest is steamed. Okay, you got that so far?
Steam.
All right. Now you know the difference, right?
Between a man.
Yeah, the cocoons. It's
No.
quite simple. Look, when we boys look at females, what do we look at in general? Don't say they're, bravo, well done. First go, you got it. That's correct, the shape. Because usually people say their eyes, their personality, or their hair.
yeah, that's
It's got nothing to do with that. It's the shape. Ladies, shoulders, waist, and hips, isn't it? So
Sure.
it's like an hourglass or a peanut. So when you're looking at a cocoon that has an indent, that's a female.
Oh, yeah.
You hear, see it?
Yeah.
Well, what about males?
No, in there.
Belgian.
Correct. Look, males, round. And look, you see how it's rounded now? Look,
Oh.
the rounded piece. Female and male.
That's
You're not going to get
Male.
this in Discovery. That's a male. You're not going to get it in Discovery Channel, I'll tell you that too.
Sorry.
So yeah, you can put them back in there if you wish, or you can keep them if you want, whatever you want to do with it. Now watch Esin, she's going to catch these loose ends. Hadi gülüm. She'll catch the loose ends first of all, and the first 3 hand rolls is the loose parts that you get. You see? Now from one of these guys, there's a little fibers that are sticking out. You see that? We can't use all that. We need one from one. So she'll grab them, take them down, and then the first few hand rolls is the loose ends that you're getting out of there. And then once she has enough of the loose ends, she'll just practically lift it up, and then you'll see those fibers. Look. See those fibers? Now those fibers need to be joined to obtain the thread. So how do you do it? She'll grab them, put them through here, twisting it around this guy, through here and around there. And then watch what happens. So that's twisting it through there, and then look at these guys here. See how they're jumping up and down? These guys are not dying, they're already dead, you can see. But the reason that they're unraveling, that's one of the reasons they're moving. And when all of the silk is unraveled from the cocoons, hızlı yapabilir misin? Bayağı hızlı. Now she's going to do it very fast to give you an idea. So when you're doing it fast, you're going to see some of these guys becoming a lot more fluorescent. And you can actually see these little bugs inside. You see it? Look, that's the silkworms that's inside. Of course, we don't kill those guys yet. You see how they're coming out now? Look, like this one right here. So when all of the silk is unraveled from there, you end up with those guys. We don't eat those guys, I'll tell you that. We don't throw them away, but we feed them to the chickens we have in the back, so nothing is wasted. Look at this now.
Very expensive chicken eggs.
Yeah, well, you know, these guys are high in protein, so the eggs are really tasty. So all of the silk unraveled from there, this is what you end up with. So you get the silk cocoons, they become this. Look, touch that. You feel it? This is raw silk. Now that's an important event, ladies. If your boyfriends or husbands at one point ever say to you, honey, you have hair like silk, they could be talking about that. I'm joking. Of course it's not that. Now we take this, we wash this, and then we spin these guys together, and then we end up with the silk that you see that's right here. Now this is the silk that's used in many items. For example, in sailboats, in ropes, in shoes, in saddles, in bags, parachutes, in the human body. Silk sutures, this is what they use. Why do they use silk sutures? Silk is not an absorbent fiber, not the strength. It doesn't absorb anything. So when it's not absorbing the fluids from your body, it doesn't combine to your skin, and you're able to pull the silk out of there without joining to your skin. I don't know if you've had any stitches before. Yeah, this is what they use that. But nowadays they're not using this. Unfortunately, it's becoming too expensive. So they're using a polyurethane material. And then they're also using clamps now, you know, those little metal shields, yeah, or tapes that they use. Modern. Then we take this, we wash it, and we dye it into the colors, and we end up with this piece here. Feel that? That's the finished product.
Does it take from beginning to end?
To do this?
Yes.
Well, I mean, this is not a day thing. It takes quite a while
Yeah,
to
yeah.
wash them and respin them, and so it'll probably take about like a week to 10 days to get it in that situation, or even more in some areas. Now the coloring, this is the most important thing. The coloring of the silk is not natural colors. So if people say to you that silk is naturally colored, they're lying to you. Silk is not an absorbent fiber, so you have to use what we call chrome aniline dyes, which are chemical dyes. And if they say they will never fade, oh, they're lying to you. Look, did you guys ever have silk scarves or shirts? Do you ever read the warning on how to clean them?
Dry clean only.
Dry clean only, and do not leave underneath direct sun. Because silk is not like wool or cotton, it's like metal. So you're only penetrating the outside. That's why we use chemical dyes. I'm not boring you, am I?
No.
Do you have any questions?
What's
No?
the most popular item that silk's used for?
Well, in the old days, silk was used for fabrics. It was quite keeping you warm, but it was also lightweight, so people could, you know, move from one area to another very quickly. They used for the sails in boats at one point, like in World War I and II. Parachutes were made out of this dye.
The whole parachute.
Correct. Nowadays they use it too, but now you got polyurethane materials too. But when you have a silk parachute, it's very,
Small.
very thin, very light, but it is very strong. So when the parachute opens, you hear that boom sound. It doesn't rip. It holds it together. So that's the whole issue of using this. Now I'll do this. I'll take you inside and I'll show you around. Because that